dude, he's making another Destiny report. Oh my god. Hold on, when was this? 3 months ago. Yeah, this is recent.
Sex videos with women
Holy
he's
shit.
worked with, and the videos were of himself.
Wow, dude, this time you'll really convince them. This time you'll really change. This time you'll really change, their mind. Yeah, wow. Maybe this time, maybe this time is like the
and,
is
and
is is the
women he worked
time.
with, orbiters,
Mm-hmm.
but he shared them with someone he doesn't know, someone he was sexting with, presumably a fan. And one orbiter has accused him of secretly recording her having sex with him. And I've heard
I stopped watching him when the news initially broke. Yeah, I mean, I still acknowledge that he did something wrong, right? Like, I'm not gonna deny that part. But I think that Destiny's content is just too good sometimes, okay? Like right now, it's kind of boring, right? Nothing much is going on. But when things are actually happening, yeah, it's exciting content, okay? Especially when he debates in these big slot panels or some shit, you know? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie about that part.
that this may not have just been an audio recording, but I don't think that anybody's confirmed that. One woman is suing.
I'm sorry, but once you make Destiny boring, then people will stop watching him, okay? I'm sorry, but this is just the very harsh reality, okay? Once you make him boring, then people will stop watching him, all right? Until then, there will always be people watching him. Always, all right? But he has to become boring first, okay?
Filing a civil suit, and one
Yeah.
woman says that she has filed a
Look, all I'm gonna say is that someone can be a fucking full criminal convict and they would still get an audience as long as they are exciting, okay? If nuisance streamers have core audiences, anyone can, all right?
criminal case, and another woman has said that she's handling it legally. And there's been some indication that more women are kind of amassing in private and filing more things, but I don't think any official police report or court record has showed that any of these things have actually taken place. So we're kind of just taking the words of these women that they are doing this or going to do this. So it's
No.
still possible that literally nothing will happen at all. So Destiny's comments even in public in his own DGG chat and his public statement on the allegations have basically confirmed that at least the sharing part is true. I don't think anyone thinks that didn't happen, because
Yep.
the leaks came out, I think, the end of November, and then the kind of defense was like, well, maybe he shared these consensually until Pixie came out and said, no, these images of me were not shared consensually. I've seen a lot of, I mean, even since then, people were like, well, maybe, yeah, like even that felt like you're really questioning your devotion to the leader here. When you're like, well, maybe this woman in these videos who just privated her Twitter account in response to the leak, maybe she was okay with it. It's like you could tell people were starting to be like, this is uncomfortable. And then after she came forward, um, a bunch of people just unsubscribed and left. But a bunch of people are in a kind of reboundy place where they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is wrong to be part of this, but maybe there's still a way I can kind of be. Um, Maybe I'll just watch the politics stuff and I won't watch the personal drama. Maybe I'll watch with an ad blocker on. Maybe I'll watch, but I won't give another dime to him. Maybe I just like the community, but I don't like him.
Maybe I should listen to a Yeah, I'm just saying again, it shouldn't be Max that's trying to preach, right? Because, yeah, I mean, good luck with that. Like, he is no one's gonna listen to him. Okay.
Um,
The guy you're telling me the guy who is all about irony maxing, right? The guy who's all about irony maxing is now the person who's trying to come forward with a serious allegation and shit. Like, who the fuck would listen? Because your entire life has been about irony maxing. Now you're no longer about irony maxing. You're about like reality maxing. Dude, you're totally not aura farming, dude.
I guess bargaining, right? And trying to find out if there's a way they can not lose Destiny. And so the main focus of my essay that I'm working on
Mm-hmm.
is that Destiny doesn't exist. And that
What?
he presents himself in a manipulative, intentionally crafted way
Oh, of
so that
course.
you will think he is a very troubled man who's right on the verge of figuring it out and getting it together.
I am in Destiny's walls, actually. I am actually personally friends with Destiny. Okay.
That he is a
Never questioned
nice,
that part.
not
Thank you.
nice to other people, but ultimately kind-hearted and wants to be a force for good, but he's wrestling with some demons. And sometimes those demons make him do bad things. Like that and the demons are often framed as a sex addiction. That it's his sex addiction, he just gets so horny that he can't help but do things for his own gratification. I haven't seen this logic directly applied to the charge of secretly recording sex, but the non-consensual distribution seems to be kind of explained away in DGG land. And what's complex about this is that they think that they are holding him accountable. They think that when they say you're a sex addict, you need help, this behavior is destructive to other people, it's destructive to yourself, it's immoral, you need to get a hold of this. They think that they're holding him accountable, that they're criticizing him. But so my essay is kind of about that's not really true. That's actually his defense. Destiny's built-in defense is that he has some kind of mental or emotional issue that makes him act self-destructive. You need to offer us an alternative. You need to offer us an alternative, which is impossible, alternative to his content. Yeah, so I think his content is highly addictive, and that is also intense.
It's highly addictive if you're on crack, okay? Listen, it's highly addictive if you like white noise, okay? If you like some form of white noise. Um is it gonna say by design?
Intentional. Degeneracy,
Okay. He just said it is by design. Why?
that's the defense. Even his critics, most
Wait, how is this content intentionally addicting? Which part of it is intention? Okay, I'm just like confused at this point.
of them basically fall for this. That
How?
Destiny's
Wait, so like people have no agency? Like I feel he's just basically saying anybody who is lured into liking Destiny's content is a victim or some shit, right? How? How? Just curious. I'll be way more sympathetic to MrGirl's arguments if there's any evidence he's been doing this since November. Yeah. I mean, like again, he just says like, oh, it's gonna come out, it's gonna wasn't everybody memeing at the time that oh yeah, that shit was never gonna come out? Everyone was like memeing about how, yeah, you know what, it's never gonna happen, dude. Yeah.
horniness made him share these videos with a 19-year-old because he was trying to fuck her, trying to riz her up. I see this all over, both critics and defenders. Why are you stupid dumb fuck? Why would you leak these videos to try to fuck a 19-year-old? And Destiny is not trying to fuck the 19-year-old.
Hey, I'm also an ASMR streamer, okay? If you really want to put it that way, Zooey. All right. I mean, people do listen to my political takes, okay? I do agree with that, but the thing is
That's not why
yeah.
he does that. Like if I tell you like, oh, there's this younger woman I'm hitting on, you don't picture like, oh, you
You
must
do
be
more
sending her
stimming?
videos of
No.
you blowing guys.
You can't force it, okay? You can't force you can't yeah, you can't force that shit.
Like that's not really how you hit on most people. But there are claims that Destiny has sent these videos to multiple women or similar videos. It's not because he's trying to fuck them. You're projecting a more normal, more common sexuality onto Destiny that does not map onto his behavior. That's not what he's doing. Destiny is
Join Discord early?
enjoying
True.
sharing this content for its own sake. The
Oh, do
act
you be
of
stimming? You stim
masturbating
in
and
voice chat?
sending these
Oh,
videos
I do.
to women is his goal. I wouldn't be surprised if he were more excited by recording sex than actually having it. The defense, I think, that I've seen mostly is that it's just not that bad, or he didn't intend for them to find out. If nobody had caught him, no harm would have been done. Most crimes aren't like that. You steal something, even if the person doesn't catch you, you still hurt them. But with leaking revenge porn, if they don't find out, then them finding out is the harm, right? If you only sent it to one or two people and they never leaked it, or you sent it to one person and they never leaked it, you could argue that you've done an immoral thing, but that the actual harm was very minimal. And so they're trying to separate Destiny's, what they are calling recklessness, from the leaker, the 19-year-old who leaked them further, and say that, well, Destiny may have done something wrong, but she's the one who made it so that the harm really happened, which I think is, of course, bullshit. But it's this complex thing where that's the ostensible defense, and then coming clean is, okay, Destiny's a sex addict. That's not sex addiction that makes you behave this way. Destiny is a psycho.
I don't. I mean, like, I don't think it's sex addiction either. Okay, I don't think it's sex addiction that makes you behave this way. I think that even people who are not addicted to sex could totally do something like this. Um. However, I will say that, even then, it's like I would still have my thoughts. The same exact things I believe in right now. But yeah.
Pass. And I don't know how to convince his audience of that. I do think they may be primed to listen to me a little bit more this time. So
No.
I think I'm going to include the psychopathy checklist in my essay. The main gist of psychopathy that I think is really relevant is that psychopaths do not form emotional connections to other people. They view people as resources to exploit.
I think it's porn addiction. I had the issue when I was watching lots of porn. Yeah, but not necessarily. I guess my argument is it's not necessarily porn addiction. There could just simply just be a part of you that just simply does not care, right? That's it. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less.
They don't have empathy. They enjoy tricking people, often elaborately. And they can enjoy hurting people. In this case, I think Destiny is also a sadist. I think that Destiny leaked the Lauren Southern affair because she rejected him. I think if you look at the
What?
summary section
I don't
of
know
the
if that's
report I wrote on
actually something that
Destiny,
happened.
you will find a pattern of disproportionate retaliation. I think Destiny basically.
Yeah, I don't think that's true either. That's a kind of a strange thing to claim. Yeah. Hmm.
Goes through life.
Yeah, she definitely did not reject him either. When I saw the leaks, for the Lauren Southern shit, do you know what I saw? I saw someone who is willing to be receptive to Destiny. That's what I saw. Yeah. So leaks, I have no idea, dude.
Waiting for someone to make themselves a target, and then he launches some attack that he frames as self-defense with a overinflated expression of victimhood that I don't think he even believes. I think he's just saying that. I think he knows what he's doing. He has expressed having a blackmail fetish, so he is sexually aroused by.
Dan is psychopathic. Um, No. I think Dan is just egotistical. I don't think I wouldn't describe Dan psychopathic. I would describe him as egotistical. He's very egotistical, okay? He's a very, very egotistical man. Yeah.
The danger of having bad information about other people and people having bad information about him. It's
And I also think that Dan crashes out pretty often.
obvious that he is jerking off while sharing these videos. And the lie is that he's jerking off to thinking about having sex with the 19-year-old.
Have you heard how he talks about things? No.
That's not what he's jerking off to. He's
Insulting?
jerking off to the betrayal of the women and men and the videos and the destruction.
Wait, how do you know that? What the fuck? I mean, that's a crazy claim to make. I mean, like, it could be. It could be. That could be the case. But how do you know he's jacking off to the part where it's the betrayal? What a strange thing to say.
That he's causing.
Hmm.
That just seems really clear to me. I mean, if you've read enough Destiny sects, that seems to be the through line. He does not do things by accident. He doesn't really.
I think, by the way, that could be possible. All right, I'm not denying that could be possible. Okay, that he is turned on specifically by the betrayal aspect, right? But at the same time, it's like that is a claim. Okay, that is a claim that you have to prove. So,
Really fuck up. Everything he does is pretty intentional.
oh God, on pause. How? What do you mean? What
He
did I
just
do?
doesn't have the, again, when you're projecting, Destiny wants to be successful. Destiny wants to be a mainstream figure in politics. He wants to make a bunch of money, have a really good, impressive career. And then he also wants to fuck 19-year-olds. And these two goals are at odds with each other. He may not have either of those goals. He may be doing exactly what he wants to be doing. From the cult side,
He wants to be accused of being a sex pest forever and ever on his worst allegation ever, and you believe that this turns him on. Mm, I don't know about that one.
of things, from the psychopath side of things, the scandals have a extra added benefit to him of torturing the audience. I think he has nothing but contempt for it. Looks like all those times where I was like, "Oh, Destiny, I love you. I care about you. I want to help you." I think he just has contempt for people who buy into his bullshit. I think he was just toying with me. I think he likes the conflict. I think that the day.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about this time. Genuinely, like I don't know what I don't know what he's cooking. I'm sorry. Like,
I
yeah, I don't know what he's
started
saying.
uh,
Fuck,
writing my
what's
article about
happening?
him, he was the best day of his life, or that year. I think that he was elated that he had an excuse to destroy me. I think he loves it. If you
What?
watch the Bob 7 manifesto, he is full of glee as he is tearing it.
Well, no, I think he is manic. Okay, I think he is manic when he's anxious. Okay, it's not that you enjoy the entire thing. Maybe you enjoy the part where finally you could be freed from everything after you prove that you're innocent. Right? These are not the same thing. Right? It does. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about how, like, yeah, even though you went through something terrible, you could be elated at the release from a bad situation. You can be very happy that you're going to be released from a bad situation after you prove to people that you're innocent, right? But like but what he's accusing Destiny of is that he's accusing Destiny of setting up literally the entire thing, top to bottom, right? Top to bottom, setting up the entire thing, which just for the sake of that elation, I don't think that's true. I don't think so. I just don't think so. I'm sorry.
Into
Yeah.
Bob. He's having a great time. And I
By the way, if this was true, I just want to say this, okay? He would have released all of Melina's personal conflicts, okay? His ex-wife. He would have released all of his ex-wife's personal conflicts and personal secrets if his entire objective was like the elation of chaos, right? If he was into chaos, right? Then yeah, like yeah, of course. Um, but I don't think that's the case. Otherwise, he would have done a lot more. Okay.
I even think that um he
Yeah,
may
if
have
he's a
set me up. He probably wanted me to
chaos
do that because
joyrider.
I think he felt that
Mm.
I deserved destruction before that point. I think
No,
what's hard is that what I'm trying to do is
no, he literally said, "Yeah, I think it's unfair how YouTube has banned you because people were he defended you, dude. He defended you."
DGG is the
Okay.
defectors are kind of in a place where they're like, oh, my entire framework and understanding of destiny is wrong. I think actually he's this impulsive, selfish, abusive person, and he's not going to change. And then to come in and say, okay, now that you're in this moment of questioning, actually, it's about 1,000 times worse. It's not just that he is selfish; it's that he likes to destroy people. He is excited by watching the distress that he's causing in these women. He's excited by watching the distress that he's causing in you. The pressure and the hatred all coming his way, and the pain.
I think I think he's a little delusional here. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I think MrGirl is so mind fucked now to the point where he's like schizo posting, you know? He's like he's being kind of a conspiracy theorist, no? Like am I wrong for assuming that he's kind of like being like a schizo conspiracy theorist? Fuck.